Furthermore, Prating, the universal morals is the same time. My friends, I'm trying to speak in without American accent, okay? I hope you will be able to understand. Because last week I was doing a live to a people from Georgia, and the guy was talking to me for like from Georgia. Say, hey, you speak a pretty good English. I said, yes, because I was an exchange student in North Carolina, and I spent on the West Palm Beach, Florida. So they understood. I'm sure about that, but I don't know if we're going to be able to understand. Next time when I go to Ireland, I promise that I'm gonna start listen Irish, English, Irish accent to do a good job over there. I promise you. Well, the solution to all human problems and the aim to reach for mankind, man has the free will to take action, but he's liable to the consequences of his deeds. Yes, you can choose what you're gonna get it. I was speaking in a spiritual church in North Carolina a few years ago, and I spoke about an hour about Kardec. And when I finished, because they never heard about Kardec, when I finished, a old man came to talk to me, and he said, "Well, very interesting. This Brazilian author has something in English." I said, "No, he's not Brazilian. He's French. French. Never heard about it." And where does he live in France? So he died 19th centuries. He didn't know anything. As well, I was in England last year, and I went to visit a university to the Arthur Findlay College. It's a school for mediums. I didn't know they have a school for mediums, and they have a university out of city of out of London, or like 20 minutes out of London. There is an old building built on 19th century, but in 1965 they start a university called the Arthur Findlay College. They have students, and all the students are medium. Yes, you can see that on my channel on YouTube. I went there, I took pictures, and I was spent about an hour over there. Talked to the principal, and I said that I was Brazilian, and that in Brazil we have many mediums, many famous mediums. They said, yes, I know. You have a very, very famous medium in Brazil. I thought she was talking about Chico Xavier. For my surprise, she asked, I know that one very famous, João de Deus. She said that's unbelievable. She didn't know anything. She didn't know about Kardec. She didn't know about Chico Xavier. She just knew João de Deus. Can you believe that? Yeah. That's what I have to. That's what I heard when I was talking to her. And then she said, "No, well, but we have a Brazilian medium who comes here every year to do painting. He comes here every year. His name is José Medrado." And I said, "Well, he's a friend. I know him." Yes, yes. She said, "Yeah, he used to come here the last 15 years. He received spirits, and his spirit started doing painting, and he is very famous here, and it's just amazing because I didn't know that there's a university. You see how mediumship is growing in science, and for my surprise, also 4 years ago, the WPA, the World Psychiatrists Association, they publish a position statement where they say that the doctors in psychiatry uh, should put the spirituality on the research and on teaching. So spirituality is studying by psychiatry. Just unbelievable. So there's so many things happening. It we spiritists, we knew this, we know this 15 years, 160 years ago. We have to introduce the spiritism as a new knowledge for humanity. Not as a religion like many people are doing. Spiritism is not a religion. When Spiritism arrived in Brazil, 19th century, in Bahia, the first Spirit Center was in Bahia also. And the first journal was made by a Brazilian intellectual man called Luiz Olímpio Teles de Menezes. And the first journal he sent to Kardec in France. And on the Spiritist magazine, Kardec talks about the journal, saying that he was very happy because Spiritism arrived in Brazil, but he was a little bit worried because he feels on that journal a lot of religion stuff. He said that. Kardec said that. He saw on the 19th century. So we got to understand what is Spiritism. Spiritism is the future of the religions. We are the worker of the last hour. Yeah, of course we do. We are. We need to take the knowledge we learn here to our daily basis, to the society, to the schools, to our jobs, to our lives. Spiritism Center are not a church. Are not a church. The Spirit Center is a school where we learn the spiritual truth and make our inner reform. Because the inner reform is the most important thing. Yes, it is. We've been speaking about those topics in a non-spiritist environment, like in the University of Suzuka in Japan. And I was very surprised because it was the first time that somebody was speaking about spiritism to a Japanese audience. And they have the phone. I was talking Portuguese, someone doing the translation for Japanese. And I spoke about 2 hours about reincarnation. It was unbelievable. And in Japan, there's a lot of Spirit Center. There's a lot of Brazilian over there doing a great job teaching Spiritism like Kardec did. And I've been there 3 times. I spoke in the university, and I spoke at the Convention Center of Tokyo. To 90% were Japanese. It's hard to see. When I go out of Brazil to start talking about Spiritism, like 90% are Brazilian. 90% are Brazilian. But in Japan, on that time, was completely different. And I was talking about reincarnation. Well, like Kardec said, Spiritism is a philosophy with a scientific foundation and religious consequences. The religious consequences is the port of arrival. It's not the basis. It's where everything goes. The basis is science. And I just can talk about this kind of subjects in the spiritist audience when I start using the scientific contents. Yes, because if I start talking about spiritism as a religion, they don't wanna know about it. In Europe, you know more than me. People in Europe, they don't want to know about a new religion. The United States, I've been there many times. Used to live there. They don't want to know about religion. So we have to introduce the Spiritism as a new knowledge. Like I said, in the first chapter of the Gospel according to the Spiritism, Kardec said, the alliance with science, with religion, could be in another book. And he was saying, keep saying, Spiritism sees in the scientific discoveries the revelation of the laws of God. It could be in another book, like I said, but it's on the Gospel according to the Spiritism. So we gotta understand that Spiritism is not a religion, but it's a new knowledge for the humanity. To understand the Spiritism, we have to take Jesus as our whole model to be a better person. That's for sure. That's for sure. This is the purpose of the Spiritism. Let's take Jesus out of the cross and let's bring him to walk with us, to be with us. We are not children of the original sin of Adam and Eve, because Stephen, these original things kind of weird, no? God said, "Go, grow, and multiply," and then Adam and Eve learned how to multiply. Then it became a sin. Can you believe? God gave the hint and then punished. God was very cruel. We are not fallen angels, my friends. We are God in construction. We have a divine origin and we will return to God. We are sons of light. Yes, we are sons of lights. Spiritism came into our life so we can be better person, can get better to ourselves and to the other people. And the Spiritism has been changing my life. And I'm very, very, very glad for that. That's why I've been traveling all over the world. I pay my tickets. I've been speaking 145 times in 14 countries. And I only one time, somebody paid my ticket. I want to pay my ticket. I want to do that. And that's the thing that I can do to retribute, to give back what this kind of, what the Spiritism gave to me. Each day we've been learning, we've been feeling better, because when you do the inner reform in the Spiritism, it's different than the religions. Because in the Spiritism, when you start doing this inner reform, the inner reform, it comes from inside to outside. In the religions, it's different. It comes from outside to inside. When you accept God or Jesus to save you, you stop drinking, you stop playing, you stop so many things, and you change so fast. In the Spiritism, it's different. This changes very slowly, and you change from the bottom, from the inside to outside. It takes time. It takes time. And most of the time, you're not going to see that what you did in this life because it's very hard. It's very hard, but we gotta try. We gotta learn how to get through. We gotta learn how to get through. Well, it was a great opportunity to be with you one more time. I hope next year we can get together physically. It's much better than start talking using the computer. Well, but that's the only way that we've got. So let's do it. And Stephen has doing a great job. That's how I want you to know that I've been many places, and I've seen that the people over there in Ireland has been learning the real spiritism, teaching philosophy, teaching science and religion, because that's the way that Kardec said us to do, to explain spiritism as a new knowledge for the humanity. I want to say thank you, Stephen, for the opportunity. Uh, I want to say thank you, everyone who's with me watching this time. Thank you so much.